So this wasn't supposed to be a race. It was meant to just be another standard training session at the end of a 280-kilometer week. You know, business as usual. But then when I rocked up to the start line and realised I was surrounded by some of Japan's best runners, the Hakone Ekiden elite, you can probably guess what happened next. This is the story of how I finished third, but somehow ended up winning the race. So the weekly race vids are going to be coming hot and fast now, and I'm in need of a serious comeback after last week's DNF disaster, where I faced a formidable opponent, the Tokyo Sun. Summer may technically be long gone, but the heat has decided to stick around for good. So in a desperate attempt for redemption, I've headed up north this week to the city of Yamagata in the Tohoku region, where supposedly the weather is more bearable. Yeah, we'll see about that one though, but as a bit of foreshadowing before we head over to the race, let's see what the aftermath of it was as I explore the local area. So it's the day after half marathon. Unsurprisingly, the legs are a little bit sore. I got out for 16k this morning, but today's just a sort of recovery day. Got a couple easy days before the next session, and I'm actually not doing a triple day today, which would usually be standard on the menu after a hard effort, but I thought I'll just keep it to a nice little double and instead replace the middle run with a small little mountain climb. We've got some hiking to do, but you know, there's no better way to refresh the legs than put them to use climbing up this bad boy here. So I got a tour of the city during the race, but I wanted to check out what hidden gems Yamagata Prefecture had to offer. So I got this train about 30 minutes from Yamagata city central out to this place called Yamadera, which means mountain temple basically. I think it's all these Buddhist sort of huts and stuff. I don't know if you can pick it up on camera, but right up there we've got, yeah, it looks pretty sick. I saw this is the place to be. Everyone was saying head out here. So let's go climb a mountain and see what's popping. God, this is sick. This is the side of Japan that I love. I feel like Japan's literally got complete split. You got the Tokyo, modern, bright lights, people everywhere, absolute chaos. Bit of a nightmare to live. I reckon it'd be good to visit, but yeah, long term, I can't say I'd recommend it. And then you've got this, the natural, old school vibes, the buildings and everything. You can tell it's a completely different style. And I keep getting asked why I don't move out of Tokyo. Well, I'm sure I've answered this plenty of times, but I'm trying to join an elite company sponsored team out here. So I'm holding off moving and hoping I'll be able to relocate to wherever they're based. Oh geez, and here the climb begins. Let's give these thunder thighs a good little shake out. So I've got no idea how long this climb actually is, but it's looking like a bit of a monster. These stairs, basically call this rock climbing. As you can see, the half marathon did some damage, to say the least. Taking a little breather now. Jeez, mate, it is exhausting. I swear, this is harder than the race yesterday. If my calves and quads weren't banged up before this, then after, jeez, I'm gonna be in a little bit of trouble. But no, I think it's good actually. This will help loosen everything up. That really is the secret to recovery. Don't give your legs a chance to realize that they're tired. Keep moving and get back on it. I'm on it. This is a proper marathon monk pilgrimage right here. Jeez, absolute mission. I actually realised yesterday though, during the race that, God, I'm so bad at the hills. I got absolutely destroyed. As soon as it hits a climb, Japanese guys, I think it must be just because they're all so much lighter than me, but on the downs, I'm unreal. If only there were some downhill races, geez, I would be flying. But I think the mountain running career might be over before it's even started. Look at this. Yeah, this is sick. These are the shots that I saw online. I looked up Yamadera and it was these classic shots here. In winter as well, it's completely snowed over, but yeah, it's pretty warm right now. Oh, that is cool though. Yeah, so much for the chilly weather up north. I'm still waiting on one of those glorious sub 20 degree days. All right, we're powering on here. This ain't the top. The battle continues. But eventually I scaled the mountain, found the temple terrace and reached a state of marathon monk enlightenment. Great success! So with my tourist duties out the way, huge fan of Yamagata by the way, would recommend for a visit. It's time to rewind back to pre-race and see how I'm feeling going into this so-called training session. So I've touched down in Yamagata, heading out for my first run. I've been to the prefecture before, but it wasn't the actual main city. This is Yamagata city, and I got this half marathon tomorrow. I've seen the last couple of years have been running about 65 flat, but with this time of year, yeah, it's just so so hot still, like 25 degrees. But you know what, I'm coming in pretty confident. Yeah, I'm feeling good with it. Training recently has definitely been my best ever. Like the speed stuff has been on a complete different level to before. Now the game plan tomorrow isn't actually to run it as a race. I'm doing it as a session. And I don't mean like, oh, I'm giving it 90%, 95%, as in, no, I'm actually running a session tomorrow. So what I've got on the cards is 5 times 3K hard, 1K float. And this is 2 weeks out from my target half marathon. So I reckon this is perfect bit of prep before that. Now it's gonna be a very, very hard race. Like that is brutal to run a 65 something as a broken up session, like changing paces. So that's the game plan, but we'll see what actually happens. I might just end up getting carried away trying to race for the win. Who would have guessed it? But with those famous last words, it's over to race morning where I slammed a shot of Nomio. I've been taking this before all my sessions and it does seem to reduce the perceived effort, so it's becoming a staple. And then I followed that up with a random brekkie of scrambled egg topped with rice, some waffles, grilled chicken and onions, and a mystery green smoothie. Lovely stuff. Then it was over to the racecourse where the atmosphere was popping as usual, and I couldn't help but reassess the game plan on my warm-up. So I actually just bumped into the race winner from last year. Turns out he also won the Sacarambo half, which I did, and he recognised me. And both of those races before, he ran 65, which I think with this session, I'm going to be a little bit off if I stick with the planned one. I think I'd end up like high 65. So I'm caught in two minds. Do I try and go with him? He also told me it was a fairly hilly course, so it sounds like it is a little bit tough. But I knew this would happen. I knew I'd get drawn into a race. Let's go get stuck in. Race harder, not smarter. Now it turns out there was a live stream for this race, so this one's actually a bit of a different race vid, and you have to let me know in the comments if you enjoy it, but here's a play-by-play commentary. Oh, and look at this guy just bopping in. Casual as you like, straight to the front. But it was actually now that I realised that, yeah, there was going to be some pretty legit runners, because that whole front row was just stacked full of these Hakone Ekiden teams. So I've talked about it in other videos. You can check out the full Hakone Ekiden video, but basically the students out here are seen as pretty much the same level as like the pro runners. They're that good. You got hundreds of students running like sub 63 halves, like 62, 61. So as soon as I saw them, I think there was 12 of them sat on that front line. I knew, yeah, this is going to be a pretty spicy race. And it was at that moment that the game plan went completely out the window. I thought, yeah, if I try session this, I'm going to be way out the back door. So I pretty much thought, yeah, this is going to be an all-out effort. Obviously on tired legs, so I can't actually push myself that hard, but still I can get a solid shift out of this. And oh, here we go. I think the guy actually zoomed in on me. He must have thought, what is this random foreigner doing on the start line? Why do I look so serious? I'm like, I don't think I was deep in the zone. I think I'm just checking around, like seeing who's there. Oh, and then here they introduced Kengo Suzuki. He's the Japanese national record holder for the marathon, 2:04. So absolute weapon calling the race. And we'll actually see later on, I end up meeting with him, but oh, here we go. The camera loves me here. I don't know why they keep zooming in on me. Come on then, mate. Let's get this rolling. And we're off. All right, we're in business. Let's go. Immediately, the pace is hot, straight from the gun. And I didn't realize this race was being live streamed, so it's actually quality that we have this here. But yeah, we had this big group form, so all of the Hakone Ekiden runners, they hit the front. So I checked the course profile for this before, and maybe the map just was a little bit deceptive or whatever, but I thought, oh yeah, no problem. This looks pretty flat. It had like a few little bumps and stuff here and there. I probably should have realized from the name of the marathon itself, Yamagata, literally means mountain shape. And yeah, I'll pop up here what the actual Strava profile looks like, but man, it was ridiculous. It's basically uphill until 14K. So we're hitting some tasty splits straight off, like 3 flat for the first one, and then like a 3:02, 3:05, got a couple sub 3s there. So yeah, we're lingering around that sort of 3-minute flat mark, which would be a sub 64 half marathon. And this is on a gradual uphill, so the effort's brutal. Like I was really struggling at 4K in, 5K in. It felt close to flat out. Now the one thing I don't understand why the Japanese don't run the tangents. For some reason they follow the outside of the road the whole way, so they just end up running further. There's nothing stopping you running wherever you want on the road, like it's an open road. So obviously I'm just hitting like the angles here. So you see loads of times I'm like pulling out wide just on my own. I'm taking every little advantage I can get. And every time we hit one of these sharp little inclines here, it feels like I'm absolutely killing myself, and the Japanese boys are just pulling away naturally. Like these hills, oh, it's so brutal. Having to carry effectively a weighted backpack with 10 kg on me, like it just means that any of the ups are horrendous, but give me a down, oh, happy days, as we'll see later on. Oh yeah, you can see there on my face, I'm working hard, like up this incline here. I think that's where the gap started to sort of open up a little bit. So you had these 3 boys at the front who start pulling away, and then there's me and the other chase runners just behind them, and we'll come through 5K, I think here. I'm in about 15:05 maybe. So the front 3 have completely broken it apart. I'm now just trying to claw back on, like work my way back up. But yeah, even now, 5K in, still so early days, and I am feeling the burn. So I noticed the guy next to me is moving well. Actually, he isn't one of the university runners, so he's in the same category as me, as we'll find out actually after the race. But these Hakone runners, they're not actually included in the official results. So because they're seen as so good, basically, that these university runners, they're effectively pro level, it's not fair to include them, and they're like guest runners effectively, who are there to kind of promote the race, but aren't actually included in the results. So it ends up being a battle, which I didn't realize at the time, between me and the guy next to me at this point. And again, like all of the races and training recently, this one was hot. I think it was 22 maybe, but by the end, yeah, it's up to 25 degrees, and there's a bit of cloud cover, but it's still so humid, which is, yeah, it's just so rough. I swear when it's a cold day, it feels so much easier. Like, you just don't get tired. It's just the cheat code. So again, I'm sort of holding steady now. The gap's opening up a little bit, but me and this one other guy, I think I'm in like 4th or 5th or so, we're trying to just reel them back in, like pull it back. And as with all Japanese races, great support here, like tons of people out, the locals are loving it, getting behind the runners, and so many surprise looks like when I come past, because yeah, you can see here, I've probably not seen a single other foreigner here. So I had a lot of the classic, oh, sugoi, kakui, like people just shouting like, oh, let's go, awesome, as I run past. And this is where I'm starting to struggle. So we're 25 minutes in, a few of the guys that were behind have now caught up, and we formed like a little mini pack, a chase group almost, and we just keep climbing. I'm like, oh, I couldn't believe it. I thought, oh, at 10K or so, that was like the end of it, and that was like, yeah, no more climbing from that point. Because someone said up till about halfway, it's hilly, and then it gets easy, but oh my God, at 10K, we're only just getting started. And it's deceptive on here, but it's that gradual grind where, because we started at such a hard pace, there's so much fatigue just sat in the legs. And I guess I can't forget the 280K as well. That's probably weighing me down a little bit. Oh my God, like already at this point, yeah, I'm genuinely considering I might have to drop out or something. Like I'm in that much pain that I don't know if I'm even gonna make it to 10K. It's funny watching this back though, I look like such a unit compared to the Japanese boys. Like nowadays, yeah, I look at myself like, oh, I'm dead skinny now, but still, I just look so big. Those thunder thighs. But it looks like we've got the 10K mark here through in 30:42. It's not a bad little 10K split there. And with the grade adjusted pace, I reckon that's probably a cheeky sub 30 we've got. So now it looks like these front 2 are starting to break apart. This guy here should put in a monster kick. There was a slight downhill bit, and he's just pulled away completely. Actually, the guy behind looks like he's hurting, which, to be fair, everyone is at this point. Like halfway through a race, but still, this was a bit of a killer of a course. Now, this is where I start to get lost off camera, and it's basically just the leader in a solo time trial now, because this incline here from, I think it was 12 to 14K, was absolutely brutal. The splits here, I dropped to 327 and then 333. I'm basically crawling up it. You see actually just in the distance here, I've started hitting it now, and I was in for probably the biggest hole I've ever been in my life. And it's purely just survival mode at this point. Just try and not drop back any further. I'm sitting in 8th now. I think there's a fair gap behind me, but I'm just trying to not lose time, because I know that I can probably make it up, or some of it at least, on the downhill. So this shows the kind of gap here that he's pulled off. Like, he's long gone, he's not even on the screen now. We've got 2nd place there. He's got, again, a fair bit of gap. And it's mad how much it changed. So yeah, just in the space of what, a couple K, like that hill has just torn the field apart. So yeah, all of these universities, very well known, like in the Hakone Ekiden space. So on there I come. Yeah, I'm not looking my best. I look like I'm crawling a little bit. And actually this shot here, I think, is the last time you'll see me until the finish. And I wish there was a camera on me, because, oh geez, from that turnaround point, it went from potentially the worst race of my life, like I think I might have to jog this in at 4-minute Ks, to probably the best feeling I've ever had in a race. I thought at the time, I'm like a hot knife through butter. The way I'm cutting through the field, I can't describe it. Let's pull up these splits here. So as soon as we turn around, all right, I go from a 333 to bang, 3 flat. And then from then on, it's just sub 3s the whole way. I'm just cutting it down. Every K, I'm picking off another runner, because for me, it's just free time. Like, I'm not even pushing on the downhill. I'm literally just an absolute unit there. I'm a fridge freezer and I'm just rolling down the hill. Felt so good. So even though my legs are gone, like there's no energy whatsoever. If we hit even a flat section, I think I'm gone completely. But I start just reeling in runners. I'm thinking, okay, 7, 6, 5, and I catch up ahead at the sight of maybe the 4th and 3rd runner. I'm like, okay, we can start reeling them in. Podium potential here. So I've closed like 40 seconds in the last couple K, and I close in, I hit the 4th and 5th runner. So we're now in a little pack, battling out for that 3rd place spot. And I decide to just surge. So when I catch up with them, instead of settling in behind them, I thought, this is why I always lose it in that final kick. And it pisses me off so much. I hate losing in a sprint finish. So at about 20K, it's like I'm gonna treat that as my final sprint finish. But I drop a 2:55. That is filthy wheels at the end of a half marathon, and sort of make my decisive move to secure 3rd place. And it's literally just the leader coming in at the finish here. So he was flying, like he kept it a consistency throughout the whole way, pretty much 3-minute flats the entire way. So I'm sure on like a dead flat course, he must have a 61 something in him. And then there was nearly a 2-minute gap after him before 2nd. And he's from another university powerhouse. And then just after, suddenly it pops back. So you haven't seen me for the last like 20 minutes on the stream. And then bang, out of nowhere, who's this guy coming in 3rd? And they announce on the commentary, it's like, oh, here's the winner. At the time, I wasn't really concentrating. I didn't have a clue. I'm just thinking, oh, I've got 3rd place. Like, I'm buzzing, podium finish, 65:22. And I get given this little note thing saying, oh, 1st place male. I'm like, what? What's going on here? It turns out, yeah, because these Hakone Ekiden boys aren't actually included in the results, they ended up taking the victory there, which obviously I don't count. Like, if you don't cross the line first, you're not first. So I don't really take in a soft victory, but we'll see after the reaction. Oh, all right, just finished up. Geez, that was absolutely brutal. I thought I was gone. Genuinely thought I was gonna have to just drop out. I think at about 14K, so when we finally reached the top of the hill, and then basically just had 7K purely downhill, and I just had this like second wind. I mean, even though I was completely knackered, I could feel every single one of those 280K in my legs, like genuinely just battered. Oh, you know what? I am buzzing with that. I think hit a taper now, a couple light weeks, hopefully get cooler weather, because yeah, it was bloody hot today, but then we'll go legacy half, try and sneak a little PB in there. Right, let's head over to the awards though, see what goodies we get given.
会長佐藤貴弘代読でございます。おめでとうございます。
So I just thought it was a normal award ceremony, and then bang, out of nowhere, she hits me with the surprise Japanese interview. Now, I'm not going to cut this edit at all, so you can just see the full glory of my baby Japanese.
受賞されましたバラクロフ・ジェイク選手です。おめでとうございます。
はい、ありがとうございます。
山形丸ごとマラソン初めてですか？
はい、初めてです。
さあ、レースいかがでしたか？
はい、めっちゃ楽しかったです。はい、実は東京に住んでいるけど山形の方が好きと思います。で、めっちゃ綺麗な場所、山とか川、じゃあコースきつかったですけど、いや最高でした。本当にありがとうございました。
おめでとうございました。一番どのあたりきつかったですか
？14キロまでずっとアップアップアップアップ。じゃあこの時足ちょっと死んだけど下りの時いや最高じゃあいやちょっと、ペースアップできました
ね。芋煮坂でペースアップしてということで記録はどうでしたか？
すいません
記録は満足できましたか？
記録の意味は何ですか？
ベストタイムレコード。
はいベストは、63分です。はい。でも今年の目標マラソンでサブ10走りたいです。じゃあ、頑張りましょう。
頑張ってください。おめでとうございます。大きな拍手お願いします。
Oh, so it was all going so well until I got hit with the kiroku, which is just a word I'd never heard of before, but I say I played it off pretty well, and a solid interview performance as well. Now, it looks like I've got a ton of unreal prizes, but they're actually getting sent in the mail, so I haven't had them arrive yet. But the awards are always quality, like so random from these Japanese races, so I'll do like an unboxing in the next video, hopefully, when they arrive. But for now, this has been Jake with Run to Japan. I'll catch you in the next one. Remember, train harder, not smarter. Let's go.